I'm actually getting a bit spooked here because I can hear that. I don't know about you guys, but it is so wet and windy in the UK right now. It's so wet and windy by me that I keep hearing rain in the background, and I keep thinking to myself, is that actually coming from the kitchen? Have I got a leak? So forgive me if I suddenly go silent to check that my house is being flooded. Let's get into game number 1 of the first best of 5 of the day. It's Khaled, Ahmad, TRK, as always for SRG. I'll actually saying that, we've had Senzo a couple times sub in. Ahmad in the Octane today. He's the player who changes the most often. TRK and Khaled, of course, in the Fennec. Their most played cars. Looks like I need to refresh something. Oh, so the source needs to be refreshed for the overlay to work. Right, let me do that. Let me do that right now. I'm actually going to turn this source off, so I'll just turn on the default in-game overlay so you guys can see that for now. There we go, we've got nameplates. And let me see if I can get the custom overlay working. Yeah, this should be a fairly routine win for SRG if they can just play their game. They tend to do very well in matchups like this. We've got, again, a full KSA, full Saudi Arabia team against them today's match. Actually, really good cuts off on the infield pass there by SQY. Really good read on the infield pass. You know what he's doing? What, me? You think I know what I'm doing? Mate, I'm absolutely clueless when it comes to broadcasting, but luckily we make it up as we go along quite well. That's what I tend to do, at least. That's what I try. Alright, let's see if we can get this working. Let's see. Oh, I think we did it. Hold on. That's the wrong size, though. Do you guys see what I've done? We've got a quarter of an overlay. Great stuff. Great job by me. Well done. Alright, hold on. Let me see if I can get the right size here. There we go. Much better. Full overlay. It's still not working, though. It's a disaster. Somebody with a brain tell me what to do. Or else we're going to think that everybody's got 100 boost. You know, if we leave this on, there's probably going to be somebody that doesn't even realize that it's scuffed. They're probably not even going to realize that... Wait. They're not playing with an unlimited boost mutator, are they? This is RLCS. No, they're not. As you can see, there's no unlimited boost mutator. Everybody's just seemingly got 100 boost. Ahmad going to open the scoring after quite a struggle, actually. That was a good stand by Mythical here. And actually quite close to getting a save as well on that shot. Have I managed to... Okay, at least we got nameplates visible. There we go. Yeah, 0-0 still. The overlay's frozen. I'm aware. I'm aware that it's frozen. Yeah, unfortunately, it just seems to... It just seems to be stuck. I'm trying to fix it though, so just bear with me. I've tried refreshing it a couple times and it still seems to be frozen. That's okay. You guys are very intelligent, so you don't need an overlay to tell you how much boost anyone's got. I'm sure you're all aware at any given time that some players are boost starved, some players are in full boost. Sandrock Gaming really not interested in defending in this matchup. We see this a lot of the times in game ones, especially in their early group matches. They just completely steamroll the first game, but teams tend to get better against them as the games go on. It's a little bit more competitive towards the tail end of the series. Not to say that Sandrock don't continue to win, it just usually becomes a bit closer. Game 1 going as you would expect. Very, very well for them right now. Nice shot actually by SQY, and the pass is what makes this possible as well. Mag thinking about a wall play, saw the ball was actually off the wall, so cuts in field instead, and a very speculative save attempt there by Ahmad. Not sure about that one. where SRG need to be careful. They've actually run into some pretty smart plays. The interceptions have been very impressive. Now the pre-jump lands. SQI blocks the shot anyway. Now, again, SQI with another key save. So they're still fighting in this one. Pretty much backed into a corner. SQI is pronounced Sky. Well, he probably should have spelled his name Sky then, shouldn't he? SQY, you silly bean. Didn't learn how to spell. That's always been my stance on player names. The biggest example is Rixie, aka Rai. He's like, well, actually the X in my name is an A. I'm like, well, actually it isn't, it's an X. Yeah, it's game 1. I'm trying to get the overlay fixed. I might just leave it, well, I'll leave it till after this game certainly, but I'll definitely between games restart Rocket League, see if we can get it working. If it isn't working at all for this series. A lot of pre-jumps being attempted by SRG in the center ball area. I like that though, because it's something that you need to practice in competition. It's something that you need to work at if you're ever going to be good at it. Teams that consistently land pre-jump plays are teams that do them often. And Violet's going to keep this ball up in the air. I don't think Khaled is going to let them. Oh, he is in fact going to have to play on here. And again, Mythical keeping the ball alive, but it's going to go down eventually. Sandrock game and take game 1. A pretty impressive defensive stand there by their opponents. Lots of key saves, lots of key interceptions. They weren't just making saves, they were stopping shots before they even happened. Now let me see if I can figure out what's wrong with this overlay. I've got a feeling that Bacchus mod just completely failed to launch or something. But, or if Bacchus mod didn't inject properly. But I don't want to leave this lobby and make this... Well, I don't want to delay the match, so we might have to go with no overlay for this one. Yeah, it looks like Bacchus mod might not have actually ran properly. I've got it open. You need Bacchus mod to be running for these overlays to work. Looks like for this one it did not load it. That's a bit strange. We did the exact same thing as we did ran last SRG stream. Of course, as with everything related to streaming, you do nothing different and everything's broken. It always happens. Those regulars of my stream, you'll know. I have sound issues all the time. I never touch my physical sound mixer. Every single stream the sound is at a different volume. I'm thinking, why? Why is it doing that? I'm so glad that I don't have to work in, you know, what do you call it? Any kind of sound management on a broadcast. It must be the most stressful thing of all time, because whenever sound is broken, whenever there's just like incorrect volume distribution, things are muted for no apparent reason, it is the most annoying thing, because I just have no idea what to do. I have a lot of respect for those people who run that. Trying to get a nameplate showing. There we go. It's 1-0 SRG. Do you guys want me to put on a scuffed overlay in the meantime? So I don't think we're going to get the main one working. Well, I could restart Rocket League and it'll probably work, but I don't want to delay the match here. We're in a group stage where we've got to just keep on going. Full immersion. Yeah, it's full immersion when there's no overlay showing. Do it scuffed. Okay, hold on a second here. Let me do it scuffed. This is going to be very scuffed, just to warn you guys, just to give you guys a heads up. The series score is going to be incredibly bad compared to the usual high production quality you come to expect from the SRG stream. This is going to be awful. So, you know, shades on, cover your eyes if you're easily offended by bad overlays. Boom. There we go. I put that one together myself. You might have been able to tell. SRG are winning. Now nobody's going to be confused. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know what's wrong. I think I know how to fix the overlay. I'll be able to do that after this game. Going into series number 2. Not this game, this series. Oh, what a goal by Khaled. You really had to stretch up for this one, because the defense are not slow in getting up to attack this. SQY was right there, but Khaled, from a tight angle, slams a double tap top corner. off a double tap pass from Ahmad. Lots of mechanical plays back to back being executed by SRG right now. I'm pretty impressed by Mythical though. They've actually had resilience. They've been consistent so far. They've been pretty fast as well. They've managed to keep control of their boost for the most part. Khaled actually given a lot of space to the dribbling player there. That put Ahmad in an awkward spot. Ahmad would have much rather Khaled to just turn and challenge there, so that he would be able to react sooner to what's happening. Ahmad deciding to delay his own challenge now as well. They're actually, SRD are letting Mythical come at them with the ground plays. They're the change up, because they do like, of course, Sandrock love to challenge early as possible, as often as they can. But if you do it every time, it does become predictable. It's Khaled now mind gaming everybody, including his teammate Ahmad. Violet's a bit stuck in no man's land there. Luckily the ball just came back to him, and SQY patiently waits for lobbing the ball straight at TRK. Not what he was trying to do. But for all of Sandrock's control in this matchup, scoring has come you know, fairly irregular intervals. They've actually struggled to break down this Mythical defense. That is not something we see often. That's a monster pass in field. TRK cracks the bar. The score remains 1-0 as Mythical thank the woodwork for its good work in that last attack. The threats at the SRG end are few and far between. It does not look like Mythical have got many chances left in this game. There's one for SQY, but it is saved by a pre-jumping TRK. Ahmad again out into the middle. Khaled ready for it, but Mag intercepts his first touch to the back wall, even though it was deliberately over to the left-hand side of the box there, to try and be out of reach of the goalkeeper. Now Violet dribbles past Ahmad. He's got an option in field. He finds him. SQY. Oh, he's hit the shot wide. That was such a good pass by Violet. You've got to think maybe the best chance of the game they're going to get against Sandrock. Just over 30 seconds left. TRK, or Ahmad I mean, up to Khaled. Ahmad and Khaled have double committed quite a few times in this matchup, but every single one followed up by a fairly fast recovery, so it has not been detrimental to a large degree. So many lobs out into the middle by Sandrock Gaming, effectively finding each other with these passing plays out of defense. Ahmad crushing the challenge by Mag. SQY waiting, biding his time. He gets a decent 50-50 against TRK. That's going to bring the ball back to him. TRK quick in the recovery. Continues to pressure the ball, and now Sandrock are just going to knock this one into the ground. Khaled will do so if he gets a double. No, such luck. Violet beats him to it. TRK now into the crossbar. Ahmad grinds it. Just going as high as he can in that read, so it would guarantee the end of the game. I'm very impressed. I've got to you know, stand by what I said in the last game. This is a very resilient roster. Mythical putting up a good fight here. They are not going down easily. They're not conceding easily. And although this one looks like it might have gotten a bit too far out of reach already, because Sandrock are just so good with these kind of leads. Let's see. I mean, maybe Mythical can do something. You know what I'm going to do? For all of you who are bothered by misalignment like I am, I'm going to do this. Look at that. Put the series score before the name. That way they're lined up. We're actually increasing the production value of this stream every single passing game. Game 1 we didn't even have an overlay. Now we've got one that's perfectly aligned. That's improvement. You never want to, you know, you don't want to go from 0 to 100 in one stream with an overlay. You don't want to just suddenly have, you know, the worst overlay of all time, and the next stream you've got the best overlay of all time, because then you've only ever made one improvement. You've got to make very, very gradual improvements. You've got to just make little baby steps, because then you're always improving, and you give that illusion of caring, you know, and your fans will be like, wow, the production value, they're just constantly one up with themselves. Amazing to see. Really, really silly, all those people who just like come out with the best overlay on the first stream. Like ourselves on the first Sandrock stream. Unfortunately though, I've not been able to make it work yet today. We'll do it for the next series, I promise. again, some key saves and some key defensive touches being made by Mythical, but they are struggling to break out of their own half for large parts of this series. SQY has been very good at reading what Sandrock are up to, though. I'm impressed by his interceptions and his positioning to react to what Sandrock Gaming are doing. But, you know, it's one thing to stop Sandrock Gaming from scoring on one attack. It's another to take the ball off them and get a counter-attack started. Ahmad lurking upfield. The classic Ahmad position. Try to score impossible angle redirects. Got a very surprising amount of power on it, although it was off target. TRK doubled. Down into the ground now off the bar. It's bounces back up. Khaled trying to chip the ball middle now. You'll notice that all these center ball passes from Sandrock Gaming, they're going straight sideways, sometimes even backwards, and it might look silly initially when you see the touch. You're thinking, well, that's going away from the goal, but actually hitting the ball backwards in these kind of positions just makes it easier for the follow-up to be connected. It makes it easier for the Sandrock Gaming second man to beat the defender to the ball. It's sort of like a back pass, but it's not intended to keep possession. It's intended to set up a scoring chance. It's good speed by Khaled. Wave dashes past one, gets the boost on spawn. Tries to force the ball middle off the 50-50, but SQY, a good hitbox of his own. TRK fails to knock the ball into a pre-jumping Ahmad as Khaled forces to dodge into the wall. Just always looking for those fast recoveries. Getting one play on the ball immediately after another. Ahmad, I think, accidentally mind games one player. Now TRK and Khaled are both going for the bump, and that is a nightmare of a position for SQY. We're going to go in his POV for this one because Ahmad coming at him with the ball, and you got TRK and Khaled both charging at you. SQY decides to try and play for the in and out save. Ahmad shoots low and changes the direction of the ball as well. So, you know, if you see somebody going for an in and out save against you in the middle of the net, the best place to shoot is bottom corner because it's impossible to dodge and to jump at the same time in Rocket League. You just got to pick one. So if you jump to get down off the crossbar, jump twice rather, you're not going to have that dodge available to get into the bottom corner of the net. Very good placement by Ahmad. TRK with the flip reset from close range, doubles up. SRG speedrunning this first series in every sense of the word, because they haven't scored any blowout wins here. They've actually just been keeping this kind of close. It's faster to win when you keep the scores close. Miles, an interesting setup here. I think he actually had a good chance to put that on target. He lined it up well. Sandrock Gaming still looks so comfortable. They're playing off each other's touches very well in defense now. They're actually getting cleaner at their follow-ups as this series goes on. Saw plenty double commits from Ahmad and Khaled early on in this series, but now none to be seen. Giving each other a bit more space. And we've talked about this before in the Sandrock Gaming stream 3 weeks ago. Sandrock Gaming very good at denying space from their opponents and making life difficult for them, but they sometimes don't give enough space to each other as teammates. And in the same way that having less space giving less space makes your opponent's life more difficult, giving more space to your teammates can often make their life easier. And that's something Sandrock are always trying to work on. I think one of the biggest things that would improve their game. Violet's run ahead demo missed onto TRK. Ahmad off the ceiling. Early challenge was coming through, so he went for the mind game. So many successful pre-jumps in defense by Mythical. I think this is a team with a real chance to get out of this group, but oh my goodness, what a goal by SQY. Quickly transitions after Violet's pop into the middle. Look at that, just dunk in on Khaled's clear. That was a flip reset pass. SQY first to it. With 42 seconds left, they only trail by one. Every single one of these games have been close, even though SRG look like their usual selves. Still a very, very solid defensive team. And look at this! SQY again! Follows up quickly on a Violet School's pass. And they have equalized. Ahmad trying to keep control of the back corner, loses it. Khaled a bit flat tired there in the race to the ball. SQY already had supersonic speed, coming in hot. And they are not done with this series. They're fighting, despite the fact that they trail. Violet School is coming into the center again. Ahmad has to cut him off quickly, for fear of conceding another goal in quick succession. This is a very good team. I'm very impressed. First time I've casted them. They look extremely, extremely good against SRG. SRG in the group stages have been dominant. They've been disgustingly dominant in RLCS this season. They have struggled to break down the defense of Mythical, and now they're actually holding on in the closing seconds. And look at this, SQI wants to keep the ball up in the air here. He's got a reset. He wants to keep it up again. Gal's going to help him do it, but no chance to play off that. Into overtime we go in game 3. And in this group, it might be important to get that game win-loss differential. Three-way tie is always possible, and that is where the win-loss differential actually matters. So big game here for Mythical. If Sandrock is sweeping everybody else and you can take a game against them, that could be the difference between getting into second place and having to tie break for it. I'm at a bit out of the game here. TRK is going to take over. Mag standing strong in the way of the flip reset mind game. Now SQY keeping the ball in the corner. These are some great plays in defense, not giving the free airtime to Sandrock. Now Violet's closing down Ahmad. Infield pass, TRK to Khaled. He's a bit too tight to the plate, couldn't get around the shot. He's going to wrap around, send it back into the middle. TRK to the backboard. Everything's covered for Mythical. The boost being taken away pretty consistently though. Everybody's grinding to a halt in defense. Mag's actually managed to snag a back corner 100 though. And he's sort of disguising the fact that he's got it. Notice there that he didn't tap the boost at all. He didn't want to give away that he had a bunch of boost. Sandrock Gaming were trying to steal every single one. Oh, TRK is on the breakaway though, and out of nowhere we've got the game ending, the series ending goal. 50-50 bounces up into the ceiling, and there was no quick follow-up from Mag. TRK beats him to it. Sandrock Gaming complete the sweep. Still, what an impressive performance that was by Mythical. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more of this team. If they can keep up that level, we might see them advancing from this group. And a group that they come in as the lowest seed, I believe. They come into as the lowest seed, I should say. Yeah, 25 esports. Revolution, they don't want to take this team lightly. I mean, just because Sandrock Gaming sweep you doesn't mean you're not going to make a deep run in a tournament. Scythes got swept 4-0 by Sandrock twice in the last event, but that was a second place team. Sandrock Gaming just on another level as usual in the Middle East. But guys, I am going to go and try and get this overlay fixed for the next series. I think I know what's wrong with it, but I do need to restart Rocket League in order to get it fixed. Didn't want to do it in the middle of this series because it would have delayed the matches. When we're back from the break, we're going to see Sandrock Gaming against 25 esports. It says on the overlay that that match is going to happen in 12 minutes time. We might be able to get it started sooner if the 25 esports Revolution series is also finished. But yeah, go grab a drink, stretch your legs. I'm going to go make a coffee for myself, I think, as well. And see if I can get this overlay fixed. When we're back, we've got more Sandrock Gaming group action from Regional 3 of the MENA Winter Split. See you in a bit.